Can too much grace be a bad thing? Does too much grace give you a license to sin? Let's talk about it on today's 2-Minute Truth. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Mike Lawrence. I am back with another 2-Minute Truth. Today's teaching is going to be on the topic of grace. This is a topic that I find has been fairly polarizing recently. On one hand, you have people saying that you can't give too much grace because if you do, it'll give people a license to sin. On the other hand, you have people saying, no, we're under grace, and so we can kind of do whatever we want. And so what I'd like to do is help you really understand the essence of God's grace in the life of the believer and why, in fact, you cannot have too much grace. You and I need all the grace we can possibly get. So what is the true essence of God's grace? Practically speaking, I like to define grace as God doing for you what you cannot do for yourself. It's a positive thing. It's when He gives you a blessing or when He does something for you that you could never earn or deserve on your own account. It's because of faith in Jesus Christ. It says in Titus chapter 2, I'm going to read verses 11 and 12. For the grace of God has appeared, bringing salvation for all people, training us to renounce ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in the present age. Here we see the two elements of the grace of God in the life of the believer. First, it says that the grace of God has brought salvation. We understand that. That's something most of us have been taught, that we are saved by grace through faith. But once we're saved, it then teaches us what sin is. It reveals the sin in our heart and in our lives and to put it off. It shows us how to get rid of it so that we can be trained and living a godly life and walking in righteousness and holiness. The grace of God wants to save you, but the grace of God wants to make you more like Jesus. It wants to make you holy as He is holy. When you understand that this is what God's grace is, doing for you and I what we can't do for ourselves, then you realize not only do I need it to save me, but I need it to sanctify me. I need Him daily to show me how to be a better husband, a better father, how to put off sin and to walk in a righteous path that is honoring to Him. And so we need all the grace we can get. I hope this teaching blesses you and helps you better understand the grace of God and your need for the grace of God in your life.